Howdy y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I am participating in a swap on Ginger's Corner. This video actually will post the night before the swap signups, and it is a partner swap with a music theme. So the way it works is you have to make 2 embellishments, a title, and a journal spot. Each item must be at least two layers, and you trade that set with a partner, and so you get a set in return. Well, I've been thinking about it. I have some music-related dies. So I've got these music notes, and then I also have this, which I love. So this is definitely going to be one of my embellishments. There's also a microphone and a guitar. I might also do the guitar for the second embellishment. We'll see. I also remembered that I had this very old music note paper from Sassafras, so I wanted to use that. And then, so something old, and then for something new, so I'm just gonna make a square journal card. I have this new glossy cardstock from scrapbook.com, so I thought that I would use it, the black glossy, even though it's a slightly different feel than this. So I might end up doing something else, but I've had this in mind, but it doesn't necessarily go with this. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do 2 sets and do 2 partner swaps. I don't know. But I'm going to cut it out of this and see how I feel about it. I'm going to do the journal spot out of this. And then if I feel like they don't match well enough, then I'm going to be making 2. The other thing that I have done is on my Cricut, I found this Music Equals Life, and so that will be my title. I've sized it so that it will fit on this paper to cut it out. And I will get 2 copies of it. I will get the black glossy background, and then I will get the letters, so I can do it both ways. I think that's my plan. So I'm going to cut these, cut the title out of this on my Cricut, and then I'm going to cut a frame out of this, and then on the back side is this brown. I may do that for the inside of the journal box and then add the letters on top. I think that's my plan. So let me go off and do some of that homework and come back with you. All right, well, I've sped it up a little bit. I completed the cuts, so I'm just laying out what I think I'll do with the journaling box. And then I have that cut. I still need to figure out what I want to do to make that at least 2 layers. And here is the title cut out. I thought about recutting it on the red paper on my Cricut just to get the outline, but I would have to go in and remove the letters from printing. And I decided, you know what, it's probably going to be just as fast rather than me messing with the file to just trace it and fussy cut it. So that's what I end up doing. I'm not sure if I included that. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm not sure if I included that on the video. I think I did. I show you at least tracing it. Trace it on the back side so you won't see my lines. And I'm going to go off and fussy cut that. I don't make you watch that. And we've come back and here it is. So now I'm going to use that background as a guide for putting the letters down. And I've decided to just cut a circle to put behind that musical element. And I think that's, but still leave the open part around it. So I'm not completely backing it, that file. And then for my second embellishment, I decide I'm going to make a tag rather than the guitar or microphone. Just keep it generic. And then I really like that border on here, so I think I'm going to embellish some things with that border too. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue just around the inner circle on this. Just make sure it's positioned, and I think that looks cute, and it's definitely 2 layers. So inking this, inking all these elements before I glue them together. I do glue the little gloss elements rather than tape adhesive. And I'm just making sure those kind of lines line up with the edge of the paper so that you don't get any weird gaps or spaces. And I'm just going to do a really simple little tag that would be cute on just about any page related to music. And then I decide to add yet another layer, another element to it, just to make it a little more interesting and to use up this cute border. And then I'm going to add in the same border element on this. And I think that adds a nice touch to it. Now I have to tackle this. So my idea is put a little tiny bead of glue inside, and then I can stick down the title. Now I just have to be really careful that I don't glue down the frame, if you will. So just this one I decide to do it the other way. And I decide I better lift up that frame just in case I have glued it at some point, which I don't think I did. I think it was just being a little persnickety. But after each time I do it, I just lift it up to make sure I haven't messed something up. And somehow I lose part of that equal sign. I don't know where it is. I probably cleaned it up by mistake. So I'm just going to have to cut an extra piece out of something that was sitting on my desk. And I think that it may have been the original, but I'm just trimming it up so it's a little more similar to the upper one that's there. And then I've got the word life. And I'm just going to do the same system. So you can see this took me a little while. It was being a little fussy, a little persnickety. But I got it down and I think it looks really good. Not going to be as careful with this. So I'm not sure who my partner will be. Sign-ups start tomorrow. So this is posting on the 21st, and sign-ups start on the 22nd of March. So go over to Ginger's Corner and sign up. I was really intimidated to do a partner swap. I've done one before for tags. I just worry that it's only going to one person, and what if they don't like it? And it's a lot to make a whole set like this of different items. So I was a little intimidated, but you know what? It wasn't so bad. And I like the theme. So I'm going to be happy to get whatever I get from my partner. So we're slowed back down now, so you can take a good look at all of the components. So I have 4 components: 2 embellishments, a title, and a journal spot. So thanks a lot for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. It is absolutely free, and come back for more content. I'm posting almost every day. Thanks.